Welcome everybody. This is going to be a very short demonstration of iSIU by Green Grid Inc. My name is Jeff Pickles. I'm the CTO and co-founder of Green Grid Inc. And we're going to give just a very short overview. We won't be able to go through every feature in the system today. So I encourage you, set up a time where we can go through it in detail, but this will give you kind of a good overview of what we do. So iSIU is a cloud platform. It's a very secure system. You'll get your own login. It'll be all your own data that you'll be the only one that has access to, and you'll be able to set up the system. Green Grid Inc. will help you set up all the cameras and get them all up and running, and then we can monitor it for you, and you can have access to it as well and proactively use it whenever you'd like to. So it's a great mapping system. You can add layers like the fire threat district layer here in California. They've done a good job making the fire risk layer that's publicly available. And we have some publicly available transmission line data as well, just for an example. So you can see in certain areas where those overlap, where you have the red fire risk is the highest fire risk area, gold is still really high risk, and then you have the transmission line data, especially where it's near civilization and communities. Those would be the areas that you really want to think about putting in the iSIU camera system. You can see it can save from catastrophic type fires occurring. It's a really powerful tool. These are the areas that you really want to focus on installing those types of systems. So with that, I want to show you how it works. And so we're going to look at San Ramon, California today, which is where the Green Grid office is. And we've got some sensors installed in our office with some kind of simulated utility environments, and we're going to look at how they perform. So with that, let's get right into it. So the first one I want to show you, we call the hazard model. This is the first one that we made. What we're going to look at is a live stream now from our office in San Ramon of the same camera that we would install on your system. And it's looking at a TV that's playing a compilation of publicly available videos showing situations that are similar to what could be hazards and things that could occur that could be causing an outage or become part of an outage or a utility ignited fire. We also have a couple of mylar helium balloons floating in the foreground there, which can also be hazards and create problems. Everything that it detects goes into the event log on the left. These all get a text push notification through the app and emailed to their appropriate people in your organization. It tells you the pole ID. It will include the date and time, the event, in this case, mylar balloons and arcs, and it'll include the video clip of what happened. It'll also show you here on the flyout toolbar a map view of where the camera is and what it's facing and what it's looking at and what pole, if you add your pole data in there, it'll say exactly what pole it's looking at. And so we'll know everything, exactly what the condition is and what that event is all about. It's a very powerful tool. And like I said, it's not just arcs and sparks and smoke and fire and mylar balloons. It's hundreds of different things. One of the other things that's really important to know about is the towers and poles. And so you can see there, I just clicked this favorite for tower and pole, and the system will move over to the right. And usually in an installation, any one camera could see maybe 15, even to 30 or 40 specific things that you want it to monitor closely. And in this case, it's telling us this one pole is leaning over. The two towers are okay. The pole in the background's okay. Pole in the foreground is leaning over. So that'll be an alert. And again, it'll give us the exact pole ID. It'll give us a video clip of it, most likely leaning over when the detection first happens. And we'll know exactly what happened and how to go address it. So that's not the entire limit of the hazard model. It's just a quick overview. Like I said, there's hundreds of different hazards it can detect, and I just wanted to give you a brief overview of it. Next, we're going to look at the asset model. This is another really powerful tool. The asset model goes into more detail. So now you can see we've added that it's looking at different transformers on those same structures. The cross arms are found differently and separately, so it can detect leaning cross arms separately from the pole. And again, you can see all the different types of favorites and events that it'll be sending out and pictures of what the events would be. So you can run the hazard model and the asset model independently or all together and mix and match depending on where the cameras are installed and what it's looking at. So it's a really important one. Also here in our office in San Ramon, we have a compilation of distribution assets, and the system works pretty much equally well for transmission and distribution, but I just wanted to show you this as well. So we have a lot of different equipment installed on a crossarm on a table in our office. And the system is able to identify what all the components are, their material type, wood, ceramic, polymer, and their condition. So in this case, you can see there's a fuse that's open, a fuse is closed, and there's actually a ceramic insulator that's broken. And if you want to see more, we can click on that broken insulator there, and it'll get us closer to take a little closer look at what's broken. And you can see, oh yeah, there is a crack missing from that insulator. So that's exactly how our AI tool works. And when this happens, you'll get a video clip with the exact pull ID and a video clip of the broken insulator or the flashed arrestor or the bird caging conductor or the woodpecker hole or hundreds of different things that we've developed this to detect over the years. And what's another really important aspect of this with the fuse open and closed view that I'll go back to showing you that is you can see here in this view, do you see this little black box at the bottom plugged into the wall? That's a heater. And so we're heating up this fuse. And what we're going to do for that, we're going to show you the demonstration of the thermal infrared. And we've done a lot of thermal infrared imaging at Green Grid Inc. over the years. This is a really powerful tool. And here we can see the background. You can see the couch and the plant and some of the other things, but what's really standing out is this hot fuse. And so that's just an example of how we use thermal infrared, and we can set it up in combination with the visible to provide us some detections based on temperature alerts. So this is a really sophisticated thermal infrared camera. It's got really high resolution. And it's actually doing some pretty sophisticated imagery analysis on board the camera, providing this really high resolution thermal view. You can even see the tape kind of winding around the fuse there. It's a really nice camera. And these kind of things all combined together just give us great situational insights on your equipment and allow us to provide those types of preventative alerts that will really keep the whole system up and running and prevent any bad hazards from happening. So that's just been a really quick overview. Again, this is iSIU. It's Instant Situational Insights for Utilities. It's a very powerful tool. It detects hundreds of different things, real-time live streaming AI computer vision analytics. We can combine drone data, so we can load in batches of thousands and tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of drone pictures that you can click through to compare to the live video analytics. We have our own weather data and weather sensors that we can add, we can combine to yours. Really, the sky is the limit with the types of data that we can integrate into this. We can integrate historical satellite data as well and pull the whole thing together. So we've got a lot of great things in the future. We're adding features all the time to iSIU. We're adding new detections all the time. We're going to be adding dynamic line rating, which is very interesting soon. And we're going to be adding a lot more sophisticated types of the vegetation analytics, more about vegetation encroachment, rather than just hazard trees. We're going to get into a lot more granular vegetation management data too. So again, please contact Green Grid Inc. We can look at your GIS data and work to scope out a pilot project. This will greatly de-risk the areas that we install this. It installs in about 30 minutes per pole. It's readily available. And we'd be happy to talk with you about a specific pilot project that you have in mind. And I think this is Jeff Pickles. Thanks again. Talk to you soon.